Are you ready to feel more grounded and secure in your life? What if this Taurus full moon could help you align with what are your deepest values and attract abundance? Are you feeling a tug of war between holding on to what is known and what is comfortable and stepping into changes? How can you find the perfect balance under the energy of this Taurus full moon? Hi there, my beautiful friends. Welcome back. So happy to see you today. Today I'm going to be talking about the Taurus full moon. So the sun is in Scorpio and the moon is going to be shining brightly in the sign of Taurus. So what is a full moon? So I talked about new moons, which we had 2 weeks ago on November the 1st. Our new beginnings, the seeds of or ideas and inspirations either are triggered within our own beings, our minds, or we are presented with new opportunities. The full moon is an energy of the culmination. So whatever seeds were planted 2 weeks ago, so on November 15th, the Taurus full moon should start to manifest. In that process, it can feel really good. It can feel like we've worked hard over the past 2 weeks and now there's going to be success. Basically, that's what we're looking at energetically. But there are other things going on in the whole chart. So I will start to address that in this next section. So as we're looking at the Taurus full moon, the sun is in Scorpio. And the sun in Scorpio is really shining the light on all things of Scorpio. So Scorpio is ruled by the planet Pluto. His area of expertise is power, money, and sexuality. So, and right now he's at the 29th degree, 29th minute of Capricorn. And that is a very, very, very potent degree in minute. There's only 30 degrees in each sign. And so when a planet, especially a slow moving outer planet like Pluto, is in the last degree in minutes, it's often what I call the graduation degree or the culmination of the unearthing of those deep, dark secrets or abuses of power or money or, coming up with, on the more positive side, Pluto digs deep enough and comes up with a real lasting solution. We could expect some of those kinds of things happening now. There's a lot of positive energy in this chart, so I do want to go over that, but I'll start with the sun. And the sun is conjunct part of fortune, and part of fortune is our joy in life, our joy in, working hard and succeeding. And there's a beautiful trine to Neptune in Pisces at 27 degrees and the North Node, who is still the node of the moon. The North Node is our Dharma. It's what we are to strive for, to come to mastery of in this lifetime. And he's been, the nodes, the North and South Node have been traveling through Aries and Libra for about the past 15 months. It's usually in 18 months per sign. So what would the North Node conjuncting Neptune mean? And Neptune is still in Pisces, so it's a little bit of an out of sign thing. What it says to me is this is a time of great opportunities to embrace the new, to come up with new strategies where there is loss, where there are tragedies, where there is confusion and misunderstanding. This is a period where bold leadership, brave leadership can bring some joy into really bleak, disastrous systems or situations. So those two energies very powerful. Saturn is also up there in Pisces, not being aspected too much. There is a square to Mercury. So Saturn in Pisces is working really, really hard to come up with healing solutions or outside the box solutions. When there are challenges to people that are just, all they want to do is hold on to fears. Certainly have a lot of that going around in our country. That there is the opportunity to be able to break through by tapping into what would bring them joy. If you could have any kind of situation in the world, or create, what would that be? And, what would make you happy? What would make you, jump out of bed in the morning? And when we can approach others, when we can approach family, in the process of beginning to bridge our divides, because right now we're a very divided country and a divided world, and a world that's on the brink of major war. That's promised not to happen at this time. Just know that internationally, with these particular energies, there are diplomats from countries all over the world that are working very hard to kind of rein in the violence that's going on in the Middle East and in other countries, Ukraine and Russia. And it's time to put down the weapons. It's time to come to the negotiating table and start to rebuild, because of people. And we are entering Pluto going into Aquarius on November 19th, just a few days from this Taurus full moon. The people are going to demand that we find solutions, that we come together and negotiate, and that we heal everyone, that everyone has the right to rebuild and renew and come together in peace. Where there are inequities or imbalances, those truly have to change and work very hard to create new balance in the world. And that's has to do with, right now, a lot of the Middle East conflict is due to the trade routes. And people, countries that have been impoverished, and they just want a fair chance or a break at those trade routes. And, that's a very simplistic perspective, but there's definitely more to it than that. Really good news that this is an amazing time of new beginnings. So let's look at the moon. The moon is opposite the sun in Taurus, but the moon is conjunct Uranus. So we've seen this before, this past month in October. Uranus conjunct the moon, or moon conjunct Uranus. They're both at the very same degree. And Uranus is in the sign of Taurus, ruling Earth, ruling values. Uranus is the planet of fast-paced change, shock and awe, people's rights, people's movement, power back to the people. Fast-paced energies related to technology, science, technology, medicine, all of those kinds of things. So this combination with the moon in Taurus, the moon in Taurus wants everyone to just get along. Can't we just love each other? There's going to be a great need to feed people, to create homes and a sense of stability and security, education, not just for people, but real concerns around women and children that need to be addressed. This is trining, which is the gift again, Pluto and Capricorn. So these energies are the issues that we've been really been highlighted throughout this whole past couple of years, but intensely this year. Chiron, the wounded healer, is trining Mercury. And so lots of outside the box solutions, new kinds of ways of thinking and dealing with our problems in the world. And coming up with legal agreements and legal strategies to implement changes, and those changes are needed. And I think there's going to be a lot of intuition, the ability for the mediators of the world to really look at intuitively what is it that we need to address, and what is it we need to get rid of, remove in any life situation. But coming up with those kinds of strategies in a more formal legal manner will be important during this time. Mars is still squaring Juno, which is around the feminine quality of, betrayal and abuse, merit, but also commitment. Juno represents the marriage commitment. She's traveling very closely with another feminine asteroid called Astraea. And Astraea is really where we have difficulty letting go, or difficulty resting. So this is Mars in Leo now, squaring Astraea and Juno, and then also squaring, there's actually a sextile to Venus. So that particular square is really important, because it's like people are going to start with Mars in Leo, and he's getting ready to go retrograde in a couple weeks after this, mid-November timeframe. Mars in Leo is like, excuse me, but you're not listening. Powers that be, you need to listen, because There's a lot of stuff that's out of balance and is just not right. Like, why would you take away a woman's right to her own healthcare and her own body and give it to a legislator, politician? So there's some squares where there's going to be even more assertion by people, males, females, it doesn't matter. It's going to be from the masses. We need to get to a place where not only are we self-sufficient, and people want to be self-sufficient, but we have to provide as society the means for them to be self-sufficient. And that needs to be a core value reintegrated into particularly our society in the U.S. Yeah, so the North, Venus is sitting right in the middle of the North and South node. The North node is dharmically, what we're here to accomplish and move into. And the South node in Libra is our old patterns, our old behaviors that are comfortable and automatic. But it's really time for them to be rethought, reconsidered, and renewed, or adjusted, to be more inclusive of others. So this is an energy of really, restructuring our values so that we are able to make a big difference in what's going on for everyone, for individuals and families and in relationships of all kinds. So all of us are experiencing these energies in powerful ways. It's a continuation. It's really a continuation of the energies we've been experiencing all year. So again, a reminder that things are starting to move toward positive directions, towards solutions. We're all making changes in our lives. For those of us that are paying attention and taking that deep breath and not necessarily stepping off the cliff, but stepping into a new life on some level. This will be the beginnings of some of that. And, and then every one of us are looking inside to see what is my contribution? What can I do to help others in my family, in my neighborhood, my community, city, state, and country? What am I being moved or motivated to embrace that maybe I haven't done in past decades, right? So I'm wanting to invite you all to please click the thumbs up, subscribe, and the notification bell so that you can have upcoming videos come right to you as they are published. Notice also at the bottom of the page, you'll find our social media connections. And please visit my website because there's so much more information and you can get a free birth chart. So check that out. I do offer a variety of services. All the YouTube videos are free. And but if you want more in-depth knowledge and an assessment of your own birth chart, happy to provide you a free birth chart. But I have a list of services that are also there. So any questions you have, just email me and I'm happy to respond. So blessings to all of you. Remember to take time to get out into nature, your feet in the sand or in the grass, and sit and just soak in nature. And let go of the worries of the world. When you are renewed, you carry great heart and much more power. So I want to remind you that we are all in this together and to really keep the faith.